past that game?
It started off a little bit different. You know, that wasn't a great game by us. One thing we do have around here is a 24-hour rule. So we come in and watch the film, and when the film's over, the game's over. So we're trying to move on to Wyoming.
Is it harder, the 24-hour rule, harder to keep intact when you have a game like that, and what it may mean moving forward for the conference race, things like that?
It's definitely harder to forget about a loss than it is to move past the win. So, I mean, but we're doing a good job as a team. I mean, I think we're there. Today's Tuesday. We're getting our practice and focusing on next week.
How did you play in that game when you went back and looked at the film? What did you think of kind of your performance in that game?
Not one of my better games. Missed a few key tackles, a couple of eye violations, as we'll call them. Always room for improvement.
Was that the play action at the goal line? Was that
definitely
a missed assignment? Okay, just kind of ganging up, trying to stop the run at that point.
Exactly.
Just one of those. I mean, tackling had been pretty good for a while for you guys. The turnovers hadn't happened on offense for a while, and then it seemed like everything just kind of went wrong in one game. Was it just one of those games and it just happened that both sides of the ball struggled at the same time? Or how do you explain what happened the other night?
I mean, yeah, it was just one of those games, just like you said. We gave up turnovers and we missed tackles. And we didn't create turnovers on defense, and that's what happens when those things happen.
Had the tackling been okay a couple games before that? Or?
I mean, it's been okay, but tackling is always something that can improve no matter what level of football it is, and we're just going to go back after it this week.
You guys have been on such a roll defensively, and to have a game like that, does it damage the confidence? Does it make you wonder what's going on? I mean, how do you kind of deal with something like that?
We just move past it. I mean, we'll be all right. We know we can do it, and we'll just get back to work. That's all it is. Correcting mistakes, and we know the type of defense we are. We know the potential that we have, and so we're not going to let a game like that just diminish our whole attitude.
You guys have such pride in kind of when you get put in tough spots, you know, holding them to field goals or not letting them score. And a couple of those times with the turnovers, they had some quick strike touchdowns. Was that frustrating, disappointing that you guys couldn't hold them to 3 in some of those spots?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when we're put in situations like that, we want to get the ball back to our offense first off. Second off, we want to hold them to a field goal. And the last thing we want to do is give them a touchdown. So when we're not able to do that, I mean, it gets kind of frustrating at times, but we stick together as a defense, and we say next time we go out there, we'll get the ball back or hold them 3.
Wyoming, kind of a weird deal because the record isn't good, but they've got maybe an all-conference quarterback and an all-conference running back. So what do you see from those two guys and the challenge you're going to face this week?
Yeah, I mean, those guys make plays. The record doesn't mean anything. I don't look at the record. I look at what they put on film, and so far I've seen some pretty good guys out there. They have guys that can make plays. Like you said, all-conference quarterback, all-conference running back. So we're up for the challenge.
You guys haven't obviously had a lot of. There haven't been too many losses since you've been here, and I know you've dealt with it before. But how do you guys kind of battle the the sky is falling type of ordeal that might be coming in from the outside or anything like that?
We just focus on us. I mean, when we're away at games like that, we have Bronco Nation that comes with us, and then we have our team. And as you guys know, when a loss happens and things like that, it's kind of different because that's something that people aren't used to here. But I mean, we just stick together. I mean, there's nothing we can do about that. Like I said, 24 hours, it's over. Let's focus on next week.
I was curious, you call it an eye violation or whatever on that?
Yeah, eye violation.
When you guys are backed up, kind of repeatedly like that, and kind of maybe pushing to make a big play, I mean, do things like that are they more inclined to happen because you are looking to maybe sell out on something or anything like that?
Yeah, that's definitely what it was. I got to be a smarter football player. I mean, they ran the ball twice before that, so probably they're going to try to dump it off over the middle or something like that. So just took my eyes off of them. Those are things that usually tend to happen down there in the red zone, especially on 4th down, and just got to be a better football player on that.
We know how obviously dynamic you and Dante have been back there in that secondary, and sounds like you guys are going to be without him for a little while now. What does he mean to that unit, and how do you kind of fill the shoes of a guy like Dante Dion?
Yeah, as you guys know, he means a lot to the unit. Great player, great leader, but even though he's not there on the field, he's still here in the facilities. He's still at practice. He's still watching the film. He's still going to teach the younger guys that are getting ready to step up what's expected from them, and so I think we'll be all right.
What have you seen from Horton and Ford, and what do you kind of expect out of those guys this week?
You can expect some hard workers. They're going to compete. They're going to fight for the ball, and they'll do a good job for us.
Is there anything that you do differently? I mean, do you think you'll be talking to those guys a little bit more? I mean, I'm assuming Dante's kind of a guy that you don't have to worry about too much during a game or whatnot.
Yeah, I believe there'll probably be a little bit more communication between me and the corner that's in on my side, which is fine. I mean, that's what safeties are for, to communicate out there. And we'll be fine. I've played with these guys before. I played with them in practice, and they do a great job.
What, like, seems like Moxie's kind of stepped up this year and improved his game. What do we see the biggest difference in him this year?
I think his experience. He knows what to expect from receivers. He has quite a bit of games under his belt now at this level, so he just goes out there, relax, and he competes.
What's the last couple of weeks been like for you off the field? You getting any sleep at home, or what's it been like being a dad?
I mean, it's been nice. I mean, I wouldn't trade it for anything. I got my little girl. It's truly a blessing. Keeps me up a little bit at night, but I'll get through it.
Your girlfriend and the baby, you all live together? Or?
Yeah, we all live together. So
do you have to get up in the middle of the night sometimes and do the feedings or anything?
Sometimes.
Okay.
I usually wake up because I hear her crying, but my girlfriend Chelsea usually takes care of the feeding. She does breastfeeding and pumps and things like that. So I usually don't have to get out of bed, but I still wake up from crying.
Give you a new perspective on things just the last couple of weeks, just seeing just your free time, what's it been like for you?
It's just amazing to think that now I actually have a real family. So I have people that are looking up to me and some people that I have to provide for. They're looking at me like, what's next? So it kind of changes my demeanor on the field and off the field just to be an overall better man and also a better football player.
Has it been what you thought it would be like so far? Or?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can't really explain what being a father is like until you're actually a father. So I'm taking advice from everybody, and it's been going well so far.
Wyoming's running back Brian Hill, what specifically jumps out to you about his game?
Power running back. He knows how to break tackles and make big plays for the offense when they're in need of big plays. Played against him last year. Had a pretty good game, and he's continuing to improve.
Have you noticed that offense be a little more explosive this year? I mean, they have the conference's leading rusher, leading passer, and they have a receiver that's not far off of Thomas Burbeck for the lead in Mountain West receiving yards as well.
Yeah, like I said before, they have guys that make plays. Therefore, we can't look at a record. We have to look at what they put on film, and it's going to be a great matchup for us, and we're excited for it.
I was asking about, did you see Kamale track down that running back in the game last week? What do you think of that effort? I mean, think he was going to get him?
If you were to think about it, saying Kamale going to chase down a running back from 30 yards back, a lot of people would probably say not going to happen. But, I mean, we turn on that film, you seen him running, and he made a play. It's things like that and guys like that with the will to never give up and keep on competing that's going to separate our defense from being a good defense and a great defense.